Cuphead is a game that has been praised for its unique art style and charming nature. The game's graphics have been hand-drawn to look like a 1930s cartoon. The film grain effect and the muffled audio really add to that. At times, it will feel like you are playing an episode of an old cartoon. The music is also great too, and actually sounds like it would be from a 1930s cartoon. Just listen to some of the tracks.
Well, Cuphead and his pal Bugman, they like to roll the dice. By chance they came upon a devil's game, and gosh, they paid the price. Paid the price.
I'm Mr. King Dice. I'm the gamest in the land. I never play nice. I'm the devil's right-hand man. I can't let you pass, 'cause you ain't done everything.
Most people can agree that the game's art style was super unique and great. The difficulty is something that people can't seem to agree on. Game journalism seems to have hit a new low, with some gaming outlets saying that the game is too hard and unfair. Some articles have stated that there should be a skip boss fight button in games, which would completely eliminate all challenge. Some of them have even said that you are entitled to make it to the end since you're the one that bought it, and games shouldn't be hard because then it will discourage people from playing it. Many people disagree on this, including myself, and say that the player shouldn't see the end credits unless they have the skills necessary, which I believe is fair. It seems like games have become too easy these days, and whenever a game presents a challenge to the player, even a small one, everyone is in an uproar saying that the game is unfair and should never be played by any human soul. It's funny because if your job is to review games, at least be decent at the game you're reviewing to give it fair criticism. One game journalist, which you probably know after the recent controversy, with supposedly 20 years of gaming experience, could barely get past the tutorial, which is unacceptable if his job is to review games. In my personal opinion, the difficulty of Cuphead is great, and we need more games with this kind of challenge. If you're thinking of buying the game, just know that this game is brutal, and you will be seeing this a lot. If you want a relaxing experience free of challenge, you shouldn't even think of buying it. Most of the time though, Cuphead is entirely fair, and there's always something you could have done to avoid death. Unfortunately, there are times though where the game is extremely cheap, which can put a damper on the experience. Like this boss fight, with an attack which is completely unavoidable to my knowledge. But even when the game is fair, it is extremely challenging, which is a good thing. This game will make you rage. A lot. You'll be yelling at the screen and throwing your controller. But that is the point. It is supposed to make you rage, so you have overwhelming satisfaction when you do beat a boss that's been giving you a hard time. The game shows you how far you made it, and seeing how close you were to the end will make you want to try it again. Although sometimes it doesn't do any good and just discourages you, but most of the time you want to play it again to see if you can beat the boss. The game is not impossible, but to beat it you'll have to have a lot of patience and determination. The game's difficulty is also very addicting, so you will never want to give up if you keep dying. Once you beat a boss that was kicking your butt for hours, you'll jump out of your chair and scream with joy. And that's what's great about Cuphead, the joy and satisfaction you get when overcoming a challenge. Like, look at this dumb bird. He made me rage so much that I almost threw the controller down the stairs. But when I took this jerk down, that felt good. The difficulty isn't the only thing that's good about this game. The presentation is also exceptional. The developer put so much effort into making this game, and from what I can tell, and from the positive reception that this game has been receiving, it definitely paid off. The characters are just animated perfectly, and it really feels like they're from an old cartoon. Cuphead is truly an exceptional game and is definitely worth the $15 price tag, if you're up to the challenge. No, it's not as hard as Dark Souls, but man, this game is tough. If you like tough games, this is definitely a must-have.